Big Dog Diaries 251. Here I want to expand on mind state. So I recently moved out. That's what's up. And I noticed that I've been in a negative mind state for the past, Lord knows how long, couple of months. Because I planned on moving on in September. But then clearly I did not do as I planned. I did as all else planned. And yeah, I noticed that my sense of conviction was lacking. And I need a lot more, in all honesty. Because my mind state, my mind frame is just off. It's good, right? Amongst people, but in private areas, private spaces, that's when things just kind of collapse. When running a democracy and such things. And I'm just there like, yo, I guess I came to the conclusion that, hey, this year, I'm putting myself first. Because clearly all else just goes the other way. Everybody believes in whatever they believe in, which is good. Does whatever they need to do, which is great. But when it comes down to self, if you don't acknowledge it and you're just a little far too agreeable, you can never get the job done. And then comes the contradictions and this and that. And, as an independent person aiming to, make a living independently, aiming to, per se, get to the truth, aiming to do better and do as I please because I feel like I'm onto something. It's very dangerous taking in too many opinions and following through with those, Even if they're right, they're correct. I've come to a point where I don't believe it's about doing what everybody believes is right, Especially when you're onto something that's pretty individualistic. It's like a puzzle piece, It isn't really about having an ideal shape or I can't even describe it properly, but it's a matter of just fitting in the puzzle pieces, the negatives and the positives, a bit of good, a bit of bad, but just being conscious and knowing what you're doing. And then obviously when things back out, because things happen so with negativity, then it's a lesson that you've learned. Unlike when people spoon feed you opinions, do this, do that, better. You never really learn properly, even when you gain that W. So that's my take on things. Like having it moved out, everything is set up, is you know what I'm saying, is out here. But yay, I'm worried about rent. And I'm just there like, why? I'm supposed to be living. And here I am. Just adapting this thought process of scarcity. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, this is so undelightful. Just basing my actions upon fear and just having these unnecessary thoughts gnawing at me. So with that being said, in all honesty, yeah, I'm aiming to get into my thoughts the correct way. I'm aiming to develop my sense of individuality since I have this space. I am developing, getting into my element, doing the best and the most with the bit of time that I have. Well, with a lot of time that I have. Because once I conquer January, definitely, my birthday month, the rest of the year is a breeze. I am moving either to the top of Ponte City Towers. Here it is. This is like the perfect view. Patio. I have ambitions. I want the whole floor to myself. In all honesty, I ain't even capping. The building definitely, without a doubt, without a doubt. Cape Town, Camps Bay, we're living. Or just Cape Town, Jay. Because clearly Josie is a different ball game in terms of mind state. And anyways, that's a different chat for a different day. But nonetheless, yeah, the importance of this chat is just understanding your position, which hierarchy you fall into, and acting accordingly. Because I fall under the entrepreneurship hierarchy, which is different from a job hierarchy, you know? Different from it's just different, you know what I'm saying? From a good amount of hierarchies, gigs and all of that. It's like, I get it from the ground. Now, notice is like, this is such a bad habit, having this scarcity mind state, which a good amount of us have. But like, I'm just there like, nah, hey, I'm really not hearing people's chats anymore. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me just say, I hear you, but I ain't listening. Or I ain't gonna take it in, especially when I notice that this is against what I'm getting at, what has worked for me thus far. And there's a good amount of compromise where I am not abiding by the truth, nor let me just say what I believe to be the truth, nor my individual thought processes. I really need to embody it. I really need to make the most out of it. So that's me, putting myself first, developing my thought processes and everything, just making sure that I'm solid as a man. Like, I really, 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 really need to get out of this childish mind state of relying on else for answers, even though I know. In this internet age, I know what's up. So yeah, anyways, peace out.